Friday, our coolers have went down. Rod, come and get it. So after the service, we're going to load those tables up with food items that come out of the cooler. Had just got it all put away. They called me back again and said, Rod, come and get the stuff. We got a freezer that just went down. So thank you, God, for favor. Yes, but the fridge back here is completely full, so we want you to take it. Bless somebody. Be the church. Be the church. Okay? If you take your lunch to work, there's bologna and cheese. Okay? We didn't get any bread this week. But anyway, I've asked Dave to take up the offering today. It's hot.
This will be interesting. How many know that I'm out of the box person?
Most
Okay.
definitely.
For the ones that don't come here, I'm out of the box person. And if I start crying, that's just me, because I cry a lot. When you talk about Jesus, you just cry. How many trust God? Okay. How many sometimes are doubting Thomas? Come on, some of you guys doubt when you pray, okay? Well, this happened to me, and I need the other third to expand my business. So I rent this piece of property off a guy, and I paid him $500 a month. Then he raised it $700. I did it for 5 years. And I said, I want to buy your building. I kept saying, I want to buy your building. I offered him $85,000 for it. I said, I'll pay you cash. I got $85,000 set back to buy it. He said, no, I don't want to sell it. So I rented another couple of years. Finally, I called him. I said, hey, I want to buy your building. He goes, Dave, I don't want to sell. I said, the roof's leaking. It's got this problem. It's got this problem. He said, let me send one of my guys out to have the building looked at. I said, okay. So he sent a guy out to have the building looked at. He calls me a couple of days later and says, it's going to take 10. I said, 10 for what? He says, it's going to take 10. I said, 10 for what? He said, it's going to take $10,000 for you to buy it. I said, me down Tom, I said, can you come out of my business to explain this to me? So my property line was here, and his was clear over here. So he said right here, he's talking about, I said, for this piece of property from here to here, because I'm doubting, all this right here, you're going to take 10,000? He said, yeah. I said, wait a minute. I said, from this time, I did it 3 times. Because I'm down. I said, I said, you'll take $10,000? He said, yeah. I said, great. I heard him go inside my building. I said, write him a check for $10,000. I go out and go, here's a check for $10,000. But see, I doubted. You shouldn't doubt when you tithe. I tithed